Hey guys, how are you doing? Wow, it's been a really long time. I do apologise. I'm going to try and make this like a weekly thing or like a fortnightly thing. I'm just going to try and then just upload videos sort of as and when and whatever topic seems to come to mind. So today I just thought I would do a nerd haul because I've been meaning to do one for absolutely ages, for months in fact. Since the first video that I did on the New 52 and how far I'm collecting with those. I've now started collecting a few more titles which I'm very happy about. I have yet to publish all the reviews that I've put up, but I'm somebody who I can't really review something issue by issue. I have to sort of collect a few issues before I actually come up with a review. So I've only written like a little bit for like each title so far, and hopefully I can get them up by the end of the week, but we'll see how it goes. But as for comics, before I get on to the New 52, I'm very happy about this new mini-series from before Watchmen. Basically, for those of you who have read the Watchmen comics, or the graphic novel, because that's now widely available, you would know that obviously each of these characters have had a history, especially throughout the comics. You've got like the newspaper clippings and Rorschach's diary entries and such and so forth, and it's great. It's great to get into that, and you can sense a real richness and a real deepness within each of the storylines and how it all combines together upon the death of the comedian, and how it all kind of inhabits their minds and their lives from that point. Now, I didn't really expect this, but I sort of saw it being advertised in like issues 9 of like Batman and The Dark Knight and various other comics in the New 52. Basically how they're going to do like this little side project. It's going to be 6 comics, I believe. Each one on like a little story of each of the characters within Watchmen. And they're kind of like their stories that kind of come together. But one thing that I have noticed, because I haven't actually read these ones yet, there's going to be like a little story that you can collect with each of the issues, which creates one sort of major arc for the Red Crimson. I can't remember his name. I'm really sorry. I haven't read Watchmen in so long, and I haven't really watched the film either, but I haven't read Watchmen in so long, everything's just gone out of my mind. Right now I'm only thinking about Wonder Woman and how she has changed. But I've got the first 3 so far. So this is the first one. You've got the Minutemen, the Silk Spectre. I really like the front covers. And then I've also got Comdian. And I'm really enjoying just looking at the front covers mainly. I need to sit down and read them. I do like the finish that they have on each one. It's quite a nice glossy front cover. These are the first issues, so this is the first printing that you get from the front cover. So I have yet to find out if they're doing any more covers, because I would like to collect those ones too. I'm going to have a real fun Geek Fest later on tonight. Okay, well, since the first video, in the description box I will list all of the comics I'm collecting from the New 52. I'm trying really hard to try and collect as many of them as possible, but now, since like the first 7 or 8 issues of each of the comic series have come out as graphic novel volumes now, the ones that I'm missing I think I'm just going to pick up as graphic novels, so hopefully once I get the titles that I want to get, then I will show you guys in another Geek Haul video and see what happens there. I am really happy with how far Batman is going so far with the Night of the Owls. I've only picked up issue 10 today, which I have here, which I'm so sorry about, which I'll show you the front cover of, which is pretty cool. I'm liking it. The artwork in here is intense. It matches the storyline a lot. I'm hooked. So much so that before I even found out they were covering the Night of the Owls with a lot of the other Batman titles, I was already collecting Batman, The Dark Knight as well, which I have yet to read. I'm saving all of the sort of the last sort of moments of the Night of the Owls, the conclusions to all of the stories. I'm saving those to the very end because I really want to enjoy myself when I'm reading them, and I just want it to be just me, my candles, and these comics. So that's issue 9 of The Dark Knight. I have issue 10 to pick up at some point when that comes out. And then Detective Comics number 10. But Night of the Owls did come up in issue 9, which I don't really have. Ah, yes I do. Just here. Which I'm halfway through at the moment because I've got loads of comics to read at the minute. And I'm really chuffed with the storyline so far. And I'm really excited about where it's actually going to go next. I'm not going to say who the villain is that's going to pop up, but judging by the front cover of the next issue, which is actually available, I think, in issue 10, let's just say, oh, it's gonna get me all climaxed. I'm being such a freak. Oh well, never mind. I'm also really happy to announce that the annual has now come out. I'm not sure when this actually came out. I think it might have come out not last week or the week before, but I went and picked it up today, so I'm really happy I've got the very first annual. I'm really liking the idea of the storyline that they've got so far in here. It's going to be sort of a side sort of thing from the Night of the Owls arc that's going on currently, and then it's also introducing Mr. Freeze and how he's involved and all of that too. So this will be very exciting, all the classic Batman heroes and supervillains, which will be really awesome to read and get my tongue into, so it'll be great. Apart from that, I've been picking up, because I'm in love with detective comics. I've been in love with detective comics since I was little. I've also been collecting Action Comics. Now, these particular series, I wasn't really expecting it to be so different from the Superman series that's currently going on right now. I sort of fell out of love with Superman for a little while, but I'm still reading it. But I don't know, I'm not going to say what it is that I don't like about the new Superman, but it hasn't really gripped me as much as I thought it would have. But I've got lots of Action Comics going on right now. I'm rereading those and they're absolutely fantastic. It's very Smallville inspired. He's very geeky, it's very down to earth, he's also very kooky at the same time. The storylines are like, whoa. And like with the last issue, with issue 9, or I can't remember, was it issue 9? I can't remember. Where he went to, there was like a whole new world. I loved how they actually depicted this new world, or the other realm, the Superman of the other realm, with the new 52. I really liked that, because obviously for those of you who had read the old series when they had done it, it was very much to the point and very much to that time, and I think this time round they've done it to a point where it definitely fits in with 2012. So I really like the whole aspect and the story around that. And I hope that he pops up a lot more, that particular Superman. I hope he does find his way to our realm and go a little bit crazy in this one. So it'll be kind of fun. It's awesome. The next set of comic series that I picked up I'm so shit at this, was the Green Lantern and the Green Lantern Corps. Now, I'm a massive fan of Green Lantern, have been ever since I was young again. When the Justice League first hit TV, I really liked that Green Lantern. I was like, damn, he is awesome. I like this one. And then I fell in love with Green Lantern all over again. Then I started collecting the Green Lantern series again, just because of Justice League. So I must have missed out on like 5 years of not collecting, but hey, whatever. Then obviously with the new 52, I really liked how they've done this one as well. It's a whole new fresh breath of life. Sorry, that didn't even come out right. You get what I mean. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm absolutely hooked, actually, on Green Lantern Corps at the moment. I cannot miss an issue. Every time I walk into the comic book shop where I go to pick them up, I'm usually there for like a good 15 minutes just talking about Green Lantern Corps and how amazing they are, and how the storyline has just gone from one end to the other, and it's really fluid. It really kind of grips you from the beginning, and I don't know, I guess I didn't expect that, because I wasn't really one for Green Lantern Corps, and I don't know, I've just become so absorbed in it that I cannot put it down. It's absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. So if you are a Green Lantern fan, you will definitely love Green Lantern Corps. It's just a nice way to sort of accompany everything that's happening in Green Lantern's world, and then obviously like a little bit of stuff that goes on back at the OA. So I absolutely love it. This is issue 10, which I managed to pick up, which I'm really happy about. And then I've got issue 9 and 10 of just Green Lantern. I'm really liking these. I'm really liking them. I like all of the stuff that I buy. Damn it. It's not a very good haul video, but whatever. Another title that I have is Wonder Woman. I did say in the first video how much I'm really was excited and anticipating reading the rest of it. And I must say, I really do enjoy it. I was quite biased when I got it in the first place because obviously Brian Azzarello was the main writer and I love all of his works and I just assumed that, you know, anything that he touches is going to be absolutely fantastic. I got to about issue 7 and I don't know, she just didn't seem like the Wonder Woman that I was used to. She wasn't the Wonder Woman I'm sure a lot of people were used to. But I was going to be quite objective. I was going to continue collecting and see where this particular story was going and sort of make my judgments from that. So I picked up issue 10 today and I'm halfway through it now. I was reading it on the way home and so far I'm liking where it's going. She's a very different kind of character, but from what I am picking up, she's Azzarello's Wonder Woman, and if Azzarello is anything to go by, it will turn out to have an amazing story. There'll be, hopefully he'll be on the team for a really long time. I think his stories that he's written in the past are absolutely fantastic, especially with Hellblazer, 100 Bullets, and various other titles that he's done, which I can't seem to think of right now. I think this Wonder Woman, I think you're just going to have to be patient with it. I'm definitely being patient with it. I'm on issue 10 now, like I said. Issue 9 sort of reaffirmed my hope that there was definitely something going to happen. I'm hoping to find out what's going to happen with Zola quite soon. I'm liking the fact that they sort of sped up her pregnancy because she was in the underworld for ages with Hades. And then I want to see what happens next. So even though the storyline is very compelling and very captivating, the Wonder Woman that we're used to seeing, we have to kind of put her to the back of our mind for a little while and just look at it as, you know, a new Wonder Woman from a completely different universe. You know, it's the new 52, so just try and be kind of patient and be hopeful about it, but don't judge it straight away because, like I said, the storyline is absolutely fantastic. The way that they manage to grip you every single time, it kind of leaves me wanting more. So that's why I'm going to continue collecting Wonder Woman for as long as I can, and hopefully any new people who are new to comics will fall into this Wonder Woman with a completely different kind of view of her, and especially a very objective one. So I really, really like this. I really do. Actually, this is just a graphic novel because I sort of stopped collecting the comics for a little while. I've got like 2 massive boxes full of like Hellblazer, and for a really long time I just thought I would stick to just collecting the graphic novels for a while. So this is the latest Hellblazer graphic novel out at the moment, and I'm really, really liking it. It's really gruesome. He's like cutting off his own thumb and like, oh, it's just typical John Constantine. But I'm really, really liking it. I'm about halfway through, but hopefully once I've finished reading them, then I can review the last 3 graphic novels, including this one, on my blog at some point. So for those of you who are new to Hellblazer and don't really know much about him, I advise you, he is definitely a character you cannot miss. So get into him the best and the fastest way you can. I mean it. Okay, another title that I'm collecting, which I haven't, it's in my box, I can't bother to get it out, is Aquaman. Now, I think Aquaman is now officially aqua cool. He is so totally aquafresh. It's unreal. He is so cool. The old Aquaman, it was like, yeah, you know, this is Aquaman. Everybody knows who Aquaman is. He was always like the runt of the group. Like, nobody really liked him. They always called him Fish Boy. He was the guy with the orange t-shirt and the green trousers, and it just didn't match. It just wasn't right. Like, he needed a new stylist. But I really, really like this new Aquaman story. You need to really sort of go out and get your own copies of this, because Aquaman so far is absolutely, seriously, he just throws it out of the water. I'm being serious. He is seriously cool, and I'm absolutely hooked. I'm on issue 10. No, sorry, I'm on issue 9. I'm getting issue 10 quite soon. I'm actually really, really excited. He's the first, like, comic, like, character on the top of the pile, and he's, like, the one that I say, do you know what, I'm going to save him till last as well, because I need to save the best till last, and his story is just completely, I don't know, I absolutely love it. I love looking at the faces of the guys when I walk into various comic book shops, and I'm like, dude, I love Aquaman, and people are looking at me like, wow, you need to just go back to Arkham. And it's like, no, Aquaman is seriously cool. So besides, like, the Green Lantern calling him Aquafresh in Justice League, which I think is absolutely hilarious, I absolutely love Aquaman, so I highly recommend him to all of you guys. Now, kind of going back to the Batman thing, which I completely forgot about because they're sort of sitting on my bed. My bed's complete tip at the moment. I managed to pick up Arkham Unhinged, which is based on the game, which which is issue 1. I'm not quite sure if there's going to be any more issues. I didn't really do my research, but somebody, a little bird, told me there's going to be like 6 issues altogether. So fingers crossed everything works out quite nice. I also picked up Batman Incorporated. Whoops. This is the first cover. I believe there's another cover on the way, but again, I don't really know. Haven't really done my research. And to all sort of keep in line with the whole story arc that was going on, Night of the Owls, I had to go out and I picked up Catwoman and Nightwing. This is the second cover, and that's also the second cover. I believe the first covers are more blue, and these ones have got off sort of a red colour to it. So apart from the comics, I have more titles. Again, like I said, I'm going to put them in the description box below. And now we're going to go on to the more academic side of things. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. So much so that I've already spoken to a tattoo artist about getting a Game of Thrones tattoo quite soon. So hopefully in my tattoo video, which is coming up, I will show you guys that particular tattoo design. But I picked up a few books today. Now I have all of the books except for book 4 or 5. It's the second, no, A Feast of Crows. I don't have that one, but I did manage to pick up the second part to A Storm of Swords, Blood and Gold, which is that one, which I'm very happy about. I'm already on book 3, so I need to sort of finish that one so I can get onto this one. The book that should come after this one, I don't have it, so I need to find that one quite soon somewhere. And then the 2 latest ones, which are A Dance with Dragons. Oh, I'm gonna drop some. Oh my god. So you've got that one and that one. So if you haven't got into Game of Thrones, you suck. I'm sorry. You need to get into Game of Thrones. You don't know what you're missing. I'm sorry. You don't necessarily have to read the books, although I do highly recommend if you read the books, you will understand the TV series so much more, and you'll know all the ins and the outs, and it's absolutely crazy. So I'm really chuffed about Game of Thrones. Season 2 has literally just finished over here, so I'm kind of bummed that the DVD release won't come out until like this time next year. But, you know, I love Game of Thrones, and yeah. I thought I'd throw that in there. Last but not least, I've picked up 3 books for the sake of college, which is part of the reason why I haven't uploaded, and plus I don't have the internet. For English literature, it's all going to be on like Madness and Love. So I've picked up The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, which apparently is a autobiographical book about her own experiences with mental health issues when she was younger. I've also picked up Hamlet. I'm a huge Shakespeare fan, so I've already read this and performed this quite a few times since I was little, but I had to pick up a new copy because I can't seem to find my one. And The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I don't know if this is actually available in the US, because I've been reading a list. Apparently it's banned in like 95% of the countries in the world. I don't know why it's banned. I think it's an absolutely amazing book. I must admit, this book kind of helped me shape who I am, but I mean, if I was a boy, a young boy, like the character in this book, then I think this would be the book that would sort of raise me, rather than going to my parents for help. I could just read this and I'd be fine. But I'm really liking it. When I first got it, I read it within 2 weeks. That's how amazingly passionate this book is. So yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there. I do have 3 other little things. I picked up some key rings from the comic book shop today, just Batman, Supergirl and Superman. And I recently picked up the Smallville box set for series 1 to 9, because I didn't have much money to pick up series 10. So I'm going to pick up series 10 quite soon and then watch them all over again from the very beginning and be an absolute nerd. So that should be really fun. Over and out.